G'day everyone, I'm Ben and this is Counterfeit Christianity. I had this pop into my head and I'm feeling really thankful this morning. I'm glad to be here, glad to share parts of my life and my journey with everybody who's paying attention. I really do appreciate you. It's a massive honor that people are paying attention to this journey that I'm on and these things that I'm thinking about, and I'm glad to bring people on the journey with me. Thanks so much for being here. The thing that I was thinking about this morning is this idea in Christianity that we don't deserve God's love. We have to say Christian incantation or something like that so we can be acceptable to Him. Now that I'm outside of this, I've repented from being Christian. I'm on a journey with the Creator of the world, our Daddy. I've been able to realize that I don't have to be inside of this Christian system to be with the Creator. I think that when you're inside of any system, it makes it impossible to be with the Creator of the world, with our Daddy. People inside of it can never see that because they're told the opposite of that. I think it's really interesting because it brings into question this idea that we are not acceptable as ourselves. So we have to be something else or say something else or do something else to be acceptable by the Creator of the world. Like we were brought into this world and just being ourselves is not enough. I've come to realize now that that's a huge Christian lie. I understand now that the God of Christianity is not the Creator of the world. The Creator is free and He's loving and He is my Daddy and He wants relationship. But the Christian God is not Him. He is not the Christian God. Christians like to hold on to this idea of God and saying, we're the only ones that get to go to heaven and you have to believe and say the incantation that we tell you to say before you can go to heaven or before you can be freed from death. That is actually a massive lie because inside of any system is death, is hell. When we talk about the Antichrist, I actually believe that Christianity is the Antichrist. Christians are the Antichrist. They're the fingers of the Antichrist in the world. Churches, every denomination, every single place is the Antichrist, as well as all the other religions. They're all the Antichrist because they're boxing you up into a system that says this is the way you must be, otherwise you're unacceptable to God. And Christianity is doing that, absolutely. There are people inside of Christianity that are with the Creator, but that's very, very difficult because all of the indoctrination inside of that fucks with your head and then tells you certain things about Him that if you have a heart connection with God, it's a massive struggle to understand. You're always fighting against the indoctrination versus the character of the Creator when we come into contact with that, because it's so different. That was the beginning of my journey. I started coming into contact with the Creator inside of Christianity, despite Christianity, and I had to slowly but surely release all these lies, these doctrinal lies that have changed me up over my whole life. Slowly but surely realizing, actually, I don't have to be or do or say anything for Him to accept me, and these things that Christianity tells you have to do actually separates you from the Creator. Not because He is doing that, it's because you are doing it to yourself. You are creating the hell that you are living in. The Christian system is the antithesis of the Creator. It's the exact opposite of Him. And when you get put into any system and there's rules and regulations around how you are meant to be with God, with the Creator, then it becomes opposite to Him automatically. The true God, the living God, has no rules and regulations. And that's why I like to say that the Bible is not God's word. It's just people's perception of Him throughout time. And a lot of the really awesome stories in the Bible are people who were on that journey with God, with the Creator. And then other people after them came along, wrote stories about them, and then built a religion around that. And that's the bad part about it. And so like David, he had a relational connection with the Creator, with his daddy. And that's what we're actually being drawn into. That's actually the point of living in this world. That is what we're designed to be, is in relational connection with the Creator, with our Daddy, with God, in an authentic, real way. And a system prevents that. Christianity always tells us that we don't deserve His love. That as we are, naturally, God cannot accept that. The Creator cannot accept us like that. And that is like the foundational belief inside Christianity. And then that's when the idea of hell comes in, and then the book comes in, and it's all used as weapons against us human beings to force us into a place that is unnatural. Because that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to confuse you so that they can control your mind, body, and soul. That is the intention behind all religions. Like, some pastors know that this is actually what they're doing. They intentionally do that. And I know a lot of pastors all over the world, and they're all the same sort of person. Some of them are really charismatic, some of them are angry, some look happy, but all of them are putting on a face to prevent you from seeing the trueness of them. Because I've actually gotten to know quite a few pastors, and they're some of the most fucked up people in the world. They believe some really evil shit, and they're passing on those curses to their families. They really destroy their families, as do missionaries, as do all the other people on missions, and who think that they have to do things for God because I'm so worried that everyone's going to hell. The freedom that I've received when my daddy, the Creator, has shared some of the understanding with me that he is not sending us to hell. The only thing that puts us into hell is ourselves. And the reason that Jesus came to this world is so that he could separate us from religion, separate us from all these chains that are thrown over us by people and by demons and by other gods, so that we can't be free in ourselves. I'm really interested, like, with all the comments that come through into my videos when Christians see them. And it's really interesting to me, the things that they believe, because I understand it. I've been through all of that whole journey of the last decade of becoming free from the lies of Christianity. And the God of Christianity is Baal, I believe, but you could call him anything. Like, you could call the God of Christianity Ishtar or Satan, because that's what is truly in control of all systems. And the freedom of being with the Creator is much different than that. But these gods require specific things. The other gods require specific things. They're very, very powerful. And when you worship in specific ways that they require you to do, like being inside of a building, having a pastor or preacher, that's all worshipping Baal. It's all come from pagan roots. And Christianity was absolutely pagan and still is in every single way. It was brought into the world by the other gods masquerading as the Creator. And when you sing songs in a place where they say this is the only place to worship, you're worshipping Baal. God does not require anything of you. The living God, the Creator, does not require anything. Worshipping, in my opinion, is being joyful and connecting with other people in that way. And the Creator, God, the true God, brings these awesome relationships into your life when you are that way. When you are with him, when you understand that, oh, all of this stuff that I've learned in the past is a massive lie. And the truth is, all of us, naturally, as natural human beings, do deserve God's love just the way you are. And all these religions are telling you that you don't. They are built on the gates of hell. That's where the true freedom of being with God, the Creator, my daddy, your daddy, our daddy, that's what the true freedom comes from, is that understanding that you do deserve his love. You do deserve to live with him, and you don't have to do or say or be anything other than yourself, and willing and intentionally being with him. That's all he wants. He wants the conversation. He wants you to want him. And there's all these other things that we've been lied to that get in between us, like the book, the way that church is done, pastors, everything inside of Christianity, all these pagan structures that separate us from a relationship with him. And you do deserve his love. That has been one of the biggest things that has changed my life massively. When I realized that he wants to talk to me, he wants to have conversation with me. And that's why he designed me, is to be in relationship with him. I realized he wanted to talk to me and he would speak back to me. And so many people in this world think that people who are in conversation with God, with the Creator, are crazy. But it's actually crazy to me that people don't want that. Especially people who call themselves Christians. It just proves how indoctrinated they are if they don't want to realize that. You deserve his love. They tell you that you don't. They tell you have to change. They tell you have to ask for forgiveness for all of your sins. That's a huge Christian lie, and it's based on hell. You're acceptable to him as you are. When you're intentionally with him, he brings you into all of the good things that you could ever imagine. My journey has been a spontaneous journey with the Creator. I'm using this word now, the Creator. I want to use the word Creator because it differentiates God, the true living God, from all the other gods in all of the other religions. And I really love that word, the Creator. My daddy, our daddy. He doesn't want you to do anything except be with him, intentionally chase him, intentionally ask for that relationship, and he will spontaneously bring all the change that needs to come in your life, that is good for you. It will come. But you have to be intentional. It's kind of hard. That's the hardest part at first, is becoming intentional with him. God, I do want you. And this is what I want from my life. I want to be with you. I want you to lead me into all good things. And then that will come. It's so opposite of how we've been taught, that you have to plan everything and figure it all out. And then eventually maybe it'll work. But no, That's not how the Creator works. Our daddy does not work like that. All he wants is intentionality with him. Just, I want to be with you, Dad. Show me what's next. And then he brings it. So like always, this is my understanding. I don't know shit. I'm just a stupid Aussie bogan on a journey with the Creator. So if you like it, like it. If you want to follow along with my journey, subscribe and keep watching all my new videos. I'm bringing out, 2 a week or so. I've got heaps more, but I've realized that when I post more, YouTube doesn't put it to people. Even my subscribers don't see my videos. So I went back to 2 because I did an experiment of more than that and it didn't work. So when it gets bigger, it'll change. But for now, I'm going to stick with 2 because it just seems to be working better that way. More of my subscribers see my videos, and then if I put out 5 a week, I have a lot of content, I can do that. But YouTube seems to be cutting me off at the knees somewhere along the way. It doesn't get put out to people. So I am glad to be here. I really appreciate the journey, you guys being along this journey with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.